Welcome to Instablogs Global Report. This is Sukhmani with fresh updates and more citizen voices from all over the world. Top stories for the day are: Congo, Uganda and the autonomous region of South Sudan to militarily confront LRA. Pakistan protests after Australia announces its India tour. Malawi bars small traders from selling maize. And gay parades becoming biggest source of social mobilization in Brazil. The leaders of Congo, Uganda and the autonomous region of South Sudan have agreed to coordinate a military effort aimed at bringing to an end Africa's longest-running wars. The decision comes after the lack of progress in the peace deal with LRA leader Joseph Kony. CJ John Kibuka expresses skepticism surrounding the viability of any such military initiative.
This is John Kibuka, citizen journalist reporting from Uganda for Instablogs.com. Citing lack of progress towards a peace deal with LRA's leader Joseph Kony, the leaders of Uganda, Congo and the autonomous region of South Sudan have agreed for the first time to coordinate military efforts to end one of Africa's longest wars that has brought misery to a region bordering several countries. However, it's doubtful whether they can effectively resume an all-out war against the LRA. Local Ugandans in the north do not want to jeopardize the normalcy restored by 2 years of ceasefire. Moreover, the South Sudanese, whose main trade route to Uganda's capital Kampala and beyond passes through the affected area, oppose renewal of war. Congo, which would have to undertake the daunting task of driving the LRA out of its jungle in the country's northeast, as one of the least competent armies in the world. Ugandan military believes that the threat of force would drag the LRA back to a negotiating table.
Pakistan Cricket Board has accused Australia of practicing double standards after the latter confirmed its India tour. Comments by PCB follow Australian team's earlier decision to postpone Pakistan's tour, citing worries over safety and security of its players. CJ Karim Khan, while supporting the allegations held by PCB, believes that given the recent attacks, Indian security situation is no better than that of Pakistan.
Citizen journalist reporting from Pakistan on Instablogs. Pakistan Cricket Board sounds very justified in accusing the Australian cricket team of practicing triple standards after it confirmed to go ahead with the test tour of India. The team had postponed a test tour to Pakistan after raising concerns over its safety and the security situation within the country. The Australians have been unabashedly biased in their outlook towards Pakistan, given the frequent bombings that rock the country now and then. But since when did India become an exception to bloodshed? It too has witnessed the spate of terrorist bombings in recent months at all the major cricket venues. How does that make India fare any better than Pakistan? All the talk about Pakistan's inability to provide security to the players is a sham. In the end, it is all about big money. The Australians get to chase and possibly win in India and not Pakistan.
Malawi's President Bingu Mutharika has been criticized by the country's private traders over his directive to ban them from buying and selling maize. The traders have lambasted the directive, describing it as inconsiderate and unfair. CJ Tandisoko believes that the unjust directive is only meant to benefit the rich businessmen in Malawi.
This is Tandisoko, citizen journalist reporting from Malawi on Instablogs. Meat sellers have tagged the presidential order as undemocratic since it bars them from selling the country's staple grain. The vendors even went to the extent of saying that Mutharika lacked a sense of humanity. They asserted that it was strange for the president to attribute maize shortage and high maize prices in the country to the vendors, while the government had sold a lot of maize to Zimbabwe, despite earlier warnings that the country had little maize. The vendors in the region are not very well off, rather they are small-scale traders who earn their livelihood by selling the staple grain. Defending their part, they added that the prices are slightly higher as government has subsidized the ADNOC price. However, the truth is that the rich businessmen are hoarding maize and are buying out the small-scale businessmen. This strategy by the so-called high-profile men has wrongly swayed the public opinion against the current government, as people have begun to think that the food situation is really bad, hence the government's intervention and the banning of private sale.
Sao Paulo's gay parades, famous for their flamboyance, are becoming a major source of social mobilization in Brazil. Seeking their right to be different, gays are winning a larger space for themselves within the Brazilian society. CJ Celso believes that apart from the lavishness associated with it, Gay Parade is an event which allows them the right to express their individuality.
This is Celso, citizen journalist reporting from Brazil for Instablogs. Brazil is turning into a country of middle class. Given the economic advances that have occurred in recent years, more than 100 million Brazilians are part of the so-called middle class. The advancement of millions of Brazilians is transforming the country, and the reflection of this are the gay parades. As with other parts in the world, the biggest event of urban social mobilization is not May 1st, but the gay parades. Instead of workers demanding their rights, millions of homosexuals dancing to the sound of electronic music and kissing each other, instead of the struggle for equality, seeking the right to be different. But all this beauty and joy hides something sinister, the logic of capitalism, where everything must be bought, even the right to express individuality. There is no doubt that gays are gaining a larger space in Brazilian society, but this happens not because the issue of human rights in Brazil advanced, but because respect is something you buy, like a Calvin Klein underwear.
If you want your voice to be heard by millions, let Instablogs be your choice. You can contact us at cj@instablogs.com. That's all for today's show. We'll be back with fresh updates and more citizen voices. Till then, it's goodbye from the entire team of Global Report.